sales.
At Tumihub, you will learn, earn, articulate, and network. Tumihub, leaning us. Woohoo! This is Michael on my again for the episode 2 of this first season for the Voice of Tumi. Last week we talked about the lessons you can learn from the street by saying that if a conductor, a typical Lagos bus conductor, is an entrepreneur, what can we learn from them? What are their sales process? And some of the things we learn from them are: number one, how a bus conductor uses the sales proof. Number two is how they use discount, how they use pre-launch offer. Number three, how they use commitment fee, how they get you to be committed. Number four, how they use follow-up, how they follow up. And number five, how they use lead generation. They understand their target audience. So if you have not listened to the first episode, I want you to go check it out. We will link to it in the description below, or find it anywhere. Just check it out on our website, Tumihub.com. Check under the podcast section. You'll be able to see all the episodes there. We need you to go and check that out before you continue, because today we are going to continue. Don't forget, we said that it's going to be 25 lessons to learn. We have talked about 7 today. We are talking about 9 actually, 9 of them, and you don't want to miss it. This episode is sponsored by Tumihub. Tumihub is one community you have to be on WhatsApp. So go on Tumihub.com, click on the WhatsApp icon you see there. You will message us on WhatsApp. Tell us how much you have learned and how much you will learn from this episode. I'm going to see you on our WhatsApp channel real quick. So today we want to talk about the 8th thing, which is the number one point you are going to be learning from the bus conductor today. So let me paint the picture for you. If a bus conductor actually find you coming around to the bus stop, it will most likely want to say, are you going to Oshodi right now, Oshodi? Then if you don't respond to him, he will look at you, then he will pay attention to you. He wants to see if you are going to change your mind. Maybe you look at inside the bus there, the people there are not much yet. Then he will say, Oshodi. He will look at you like he was going to use the eyes to draw you from where you are going into his bus. And some people will even want to drag you in. Guess what he will do next? He will say, are you going to Oshodi? There are limited space, so there's no bus out there. We are the only one. Enter this one and be fast. I don't know if the conductor has done that to you, but they do that. So they just try to persuade you to enter the bus. You see, it's them say, you better enter this one. It's going now. It's going now. So in the business world, that's called persuasion and urgency. Persuasion. They will persuade you, and they will give you a reason why you should enter this one. There's no more other buses. Before you get another one, it will be long, or it is more costly. Or enter this one. There's some of them who want to even drag you in. Alright, so in the business world, you need to learn how to persuade your leads to get to do what you want them to do. If you push too much, actually, it will appear that you are desperate. That's why you need to learn how to persuade. That's just it. Your job is to make sure your intended buyers come to conclusion that they need your offer. That's your job. As a salesperson, as a business owner, your job is to make the people that want to buy from your lead, let them come to conclusion by themselves that they need your offer. So you need to learn how to persuade. And one of the ways to persuade is what? To give them the reason that it is urgent. You have to take step right now. Urgency is one best way to persuade people to get your offer. Make them think, if I'm not getting it right now, then I'm missing a lot. So urgency. So how do you use urgency? Some of the ways people use urgency, they will tell you just 10 slots available. You see people do that a lot. It's one of the ways to make you know that, okay, this is not going to be available for life. So some people will say, okay, since it's available for life, let me think about it more. No, it's just 10 people. Another way people do that is, they will double the price after 24 hours. They will say the price goes up in 24 hours. So you say, I need to get this bonus. Something that costs like 10,000 naira is going to be 10,000 naira in 24 hours. Which one will you want to go for? Some people just say that the first 20 people we get so things. Say, wow, aside from this real offer, there's still bonus for the first 20 people. Then I must be among the first 20 people. So it's a very good way to bring urgency in. Then one good way that I like that people do use is that they will say 5 gone, 15 slots left. So when you say there are 20 people, then 5 people already key into it. You say 5 gone, 15 left. You see people get urgent. They really want to be among the 20 people. So let me give you some statistics to chew. Marcus Taylor testified that he increased his conversion rate from merely 2.5% to 10.8% because of what? Urgency. This urgency that we're talking about. And his sales increased by 332%. That's 3 times because of what? Scarcity and urgency. Because of scarcity, it is scarce, it's not going to be available for life, and you have to take the decision right now. You have to take the decision right now. So you need to learn how to use urgency when you are persuading people. Aside from urgency, some of the other things that you need to use in your persuasion strategy is you need to build trust. Your integrity matter. You need to build trust. They need to trust you. People, you just want to sell to them. Are you sure they already trust you? You need to find a way to build trust. And some of the ways to build trust is to give them value. And that's the number 2 point. Add value. Don't just sell to people. That's why sometimes selling directly to people that you just meet for the first time may not work. But copy does that. But most of the time it doesn't work. So you need to give them value first. Let them see that you are really good at what you are saying you do. So give them value. Teach them. Give them something to learn about. Then another thing that is important when you are persuading is you need to understand their pain point. Why did they get to your DM? What are they looking for? What exactly is the pain point? You need to understand that, and because that's what you use to get them. So somebody is coming to you because he has not been making sales, and as a salesperson or as a sales consultant, how do you ensure that you know the real pain point? So you begin to ask questions. If you ask the right question, you'll be able to convert majority of the people that are asking for your offer. Then you need to have product knowledge. What you are selling yourself, how confident are you about that product? Do you really know about the product? That's the question. You have to know about what you're selling. You have to know in and out, so that any question that person asks, you can answer them. Then you need to be passionate about it. You have to be passionate about what you are selling. So you don't just sell anything because you want to make money. That's one of the mistakes people do. Do you really believe in what you're selling? Are you passionate about it? Let them see the passion in you, but don't appear desperate, because there's a thin line between being passionate and being desperate. And the last, which is the most important, is the storytelling. You need to learn how to tell stories. See, people like story a lot. Stories can convert more than what you say. If you say buy it now, no, they may not get it. But if you say Ada go to school, Ada become a this, I am Ada, and this is what people like that kind of things. So you need to learn how to use stories. Storytelling is important. Persuasion is not deceiving people to buy. Please note, it is bringing them to the knowledge that they need your offer right now. Persuasion is not what? Deceiving people to buy. Please don't deceive. Just make sure know that they need your offer right now. That's the first point in today's lesson from a bus conductor. I hope you learn a lot from that. Okay, so the second point today we are going to learn from a bus conductor is, let's say 2 buses are going to the same place and they wanted to pick one passenger that they feel is going on their way. See how it works. So 2 buses, 1 passenger. The 2 buses find a way to park closer to the passenger. Then the 2 conductors run towards the passenger with their 3/4 crazy jean. Most of them is 3/4 crazy jean, and they are sagging, and they run towards the passenger, both of them, and they say, where are you going? Oshodi. Both of them at the same time, they are trying to get the same customer. This one drag him, the other one to say, no, come to this one. This one is almost filled up. This one, Oshodi, are you going to Oshodi? He's going now. 2 of them are trying to convince the passenger to buy from, you have to come to my home. You have to come to my home. You know what the normal thing the passenger would do? You will now check the 2 buses. Okay, which one is better I should enter? Which one is more convenient? But then the conductor doesn't allow the person to finish that checking out before one just drag him to his bus. Come and enter this one, madam. So in the business world, that's called what? Call to action. Call to what? Action. Call to action. You see, call to action is very important. As small as it is in a copyright, the call to action might just be 1% of everything you have written there. Maybe just 5 words in everything you have written in your offer. But it's extremely important. People want to be told that do this. You have been convincing them, okay, this is why you need this. Then tell them what they need to do. And that's what call to action is. But people don't do it. They just believe they ought to understand. No, tell them call to action. Your call to action must be clear. You say buy now. Click here to buy now. That's a call to action. You must what? You must be clear about the call to action you want to use, and don't just use anyhow call to action. I'm going to give you statistics to chew about that, but then I want to tell you some of the qualities of a good call to action. It must be personalized. You must personalize your call to action. Make it as if they are the ones saying it. I want this right now. That's a call to action. I want this right now. When they click on it, it takes them to what they are supposed to do. Personalize it. Your call to action must be compelling. You must compel them. That's a call to action. Click here right now to get this, or continue wasting away. I see call to actions like that, but you don't have to be that desperate though. 2 call to action. One is I want to get it now. The other one is I don't want to get it now. If you click on I want to get it now, it will get you across to the place you have to buy. If you click on I don't want to get it now, it probably might take you to another place to learn more. You see, people do that because they feel that, okay, if you don't want to get it now, maybe I still need to convince you more. Or it might even take them to a community that they should join. And when they join, that person is sure that he will continue to inform the lead until that person buys. So you have to make your call to action compelling. Try several call to action, and the one that works better is the one. Don't just use every time read more, or buy now, or subscribe now. Don't do that. Don't do that every time. You have to be compelling. Another thing is your call to action must be unique. Unique in the sense that if you are writing your copy, or whatever you're saying, if it's in black and white before, everything is in black and white, you can make your call to action another color so that they can understand that this is what I want you to do. Buy now. So the color is very important. The way you structure it might even give it a borderline. Just make it very unique from other things so that they can understand that this is where to take action. And you have to position your call to action in the right place. Some people, they write a very long thing and put the call to action at the bottom. Some buyers may not want to get to the bottom before they want to take action. Probably at the middle, they are already convinced and they want to buy. So if you don't put the call to action at the middle, if they get to the end, they might have changed their mind and not buy again. So you need to position your call to action properly. Don't just put it at the top or the bottom. There are several ways people do that now, especially on websites. Even as you read, you always see the call to action. But if you can't do that, you can put it at strategic places in your copy. Also, you may not be doing a copy in text format. Your own might be when you're talking, like maybe a video action. You can say, click on the link below. Show that link that they want them to click is below. Use your hand to do that in your video. Do you understand? That's what it means. Now, let me give you some stats to let you know that call to action is extremely important. It says more than 90% of visitors who read your headline also read your what? Call to action. That's the start by Unbounce. So your headline will bring them in. Your call to action, they read that. They read your headline. They read your call to action. So that's why you have to make your call to action very unique and important. So personalized call to actions convert lead more than untargeted call to action. So if you personalize it converts more than the one that you don't personalize. Let me give you an example. If you say start my free 30 days, then start your free 30 days. Do you know the difference? Somebody used that and there was a 90% increase in click-through because it changed from start your to start my, personalizing. Okay, I want to start mine. Alright? So because people want to do that, so when you personalize it, it works better. Ask people to take action. Some people want to know if you want them to take action. So you need to ask them. You need to ask them. So call to action is extremely important. Wow. So the next lesson we're going to learn from a bus conductor is, let's say the bus driver is already seeing that no passenger is coming. He will start moving. The conductor is not in the bus yet. He will start moving. The conductor will start running to meet the driver. You know why? Because the driver don't want another bus that is going to the same place they are going to overtake. So he will start moving to the road to block the other one from overtaking him. So if the conductor is targeting a lead or a passenger that is almost coming, he will tell the driver to wait. But if there is nobody, the driver will continue moving, until the conductor run towards him and they will go. And as they go, to the next bus stop that they were going to pick another passenger, he will not allow another bus that is going to the same place. If they are going to Oshodi and another bus going to Oshodi is coming behind him, he will not allow that one to overtake him. Rather, he will pursue him to overtake the next one, and that next one will not allow him. Funny, right? So when they quickly get to the next bus stop, he will quickly park well for the driver to rush down to get the passenger. And they will start shouting, Oshodi, 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 Oshodi. For the right, that's competition in the business world. How to compete effectively. You see, they understand these tactics and they use it very well. They are team player. Wow. The conductor and the driver, they are team player. They understand what competition is about. You need a strategy to compete, and you have to be proactive to survive as an entrepreneur. You have to be proactive. Although in this part of the world, in Africa, we don't really do much about competition. But you see, the generation we are going now, Africa is already getting the attention. So competition will be high. If you are going to build a successful global brand, you need to be proactive, and you need to have a strategy to compete. You know, you have to be alert. You know, it's very important. It's very, very important. You need strategy, except you want to monopolize what you are offering. If you cannot monopolize it, competition will always keep coming. If you cannot monopolize what you are offering, competition will keep coming. Competition will keep coming. So you need to be proactive. Let me give you an example. IBM of those days, in the 90s, IBM used to be the lion in the tech world. In the, you know, all those machines and all, they used to be the lion. And you see Apple, Apple is like a chicken. Compare a lion to a chicken. You know, a chicken that they just hatch. That's just what Apple is. But today, if you are comparing Apple to IBM, you will know that yes, competition is real. Competition is real. Let me give you another example about Apple. BlackBerry has been, you know, they are the wealthiest when Apple came in. What happens? BlackBerry is dead now. Dead. Like 100% dead. While Apple is like at the top. They are one of the most valuable brand in the world today. Another example in the car industry, we have General Motors. General Motors used to be the giant. While Tesla, you know Tesla now, that Elon Musk guy. Tesla used to be that small boy. Today, Tesla is leading the electric vehicle. It's leading. All the others are catching up. Let me give you a typical Nigeria example. Naira Bet, you know Aki Alabi. Aki Alabi is one of the entrepreneurs in Nigeria that I respect so much. Naira Bet was the first sports betting company in Nigeria. But today, Naira Bet is struggling to meet up with other betting companies. Look at how many betting companies we have in Nigeria. I think there are more than 20. And Naira Bet, which is the pioneer, the first, is struggling. If you ignore your competition, it will be too late. The babies that you think they may not survive, they will soon become a giant. A proactive competitor, you will never settle when you're growing. That is when you'll be alert the most, because people can see that you are profitable. People can see it, so they want profit. So people want to make money. So when they see that you are profitable in this business, they will most likely want to copy that business and make it better. So you need to always make your product and your offer better. Always be proactive. And that's one thing about Elon Musk today and Apple. They are always innovative. Always innovative. Wow. Did you get anything from those points that we have today? Competition. Proactive in competing. So the next point now is, now let's say a conductor gets to a bus stop and he sees a lot of people that are waiting to get a bus, and he sees the mood that these people are desperate to get a bus. You know what he do? He will slow down the process. Before, the conductor is always the one that is rushing people, like quickly. Now he slows everything down because he realized that there is demand. And you know what he do? The driver will now slow down. He will stop. Before, the driver will stop quickly so that people can enter. Now the driver will slow down and will move past every of these people that are waiting for bus. He will start moving past them. So those people will be asking, is it going to Ikeja? Is it going to this? Is it going to that? They won't answer. The conductor and the driver won't answer. They won't say anything until they now stop at the front where people are not there. Nobody is there to enter the bus. When they stop there, then the conductor will now come back. He now start shouting, Ikeja, 500, not 200. He has increased the price. Because what he understands that there's more demand now. He understands pricing. In the business world, that's what we call pricing. You understand why? You know, when he sees that there's a lot of people there, he didn't stop immediately because he wanted to know where these people are going. So even without saying anything, the passengers that want to get a bus are the one that will be saying, is he going to get there? Is he going? Where is he going? So you understand, okay, where are the majority of these people going? That's why he didn't say anything till he go and park at the front. You see the tactic. He understand pricing system. He understand how to come up with a price. So he sees how desperate they are. He tries to understand where they are going, where majority of these people are going, before he now come up with a price. 500 naira, not 200 naira. Is he going? Some of you underprice your offer because you feel that your lead will not be able to pay, or you think the price you want to give them is too much. That's not a good thing as an entrepreneur. As the conductor slowly moves, he's trying to understand them. You see, no amount is too much, especially in Lagos. If people are desperate to enter a bus, if the normal price is 200 naira and the conductor is calling into 1,000 naira, some people will enter. You know what? Some people will enter. You see that? Let me give you some things to show you about pricing. Hotspot says that if you set prices too high, you will miss out the most valuable sales that you want. And if you set the price too low, you will miss out the most valuable revenue. So it must not be too high, it must not be too low. I read about a story on Twitter about a guy. Let's say he put his price at 1,000 naira, nobody was buying it, and he just increased some things about what he's offering, and he increased the price by 1,000%. That's like from 1,000 naira to like 100,000 naira, and people were buying. He was having more sales than when it was like 1,000 naira, 10,000 and 1,000. Look at the difference. What happens? Sometimes higher price makes people think that what we are giving out is valuable, but if you put it low, they'll feel, oh, it's junk that is there. It's junk. So, but you need to understand pricing. Look at it. Let me give you an example. If you want to make 500k as revenue, which one would you rather choose? Sell one unit of whatever you're offering for 10,000 naira to 50 people, or sell one unit as 1,000 naira to 500 people? Which one is more difficult? 500 people or 50 people? That's the question. So you need to understand the right price for your offer. Don't say people will not buy. Increase the value of your offer and increase the price if possible. I would rather sell for 50 people to get my 500k than to sell to 500 people to still get the same 500k. You can use your competitor's price to get your own price. These are some of the ways to come up with your price. What are your competitors saying they want to get for an offer? What are they offering? Is it the same as yours? Is your own more than? So you need to understand that. Or you can factor your cost of production. How much you use to produce it? How much revenue do you want to have per unit? Or you can even fluctuate the price based on demand and supply, just like these bus conductors always do. If the demand is much, increase the price. If demand is, you can give them discounts to get people to buy from you. But make sure your customers or your leads get value for their money. That's the most important. Make sure they get value for their money. Extremely important. Wow. So the next point that we're going to learn from a bus conductor, I hope you are learning. So let's say the conductor that hikes the price from 200 naira to 500 naira. If the bus stay longer in that bus stop and didn't move very fast, and another bus get to that same bus stop and he reduce the price to the normal 200 naira, there are two things that will happen. Two things. Number one, is it that those people in the 500 naira bus will rush down to quickly go and enter the person that is calling it 200 naira, or those people realize that they will not be able to meet up with the 200 naira, so they remain there. But the others that are not entering the 500 naira will quickly rush into the 200 naira. Whichever way that happens, the 200 naira will get filled faster than the 500 naira. And if care is not taken, the 500 naira will not get any passenger again. Everybody will drop and he will be forced to take it at 200 naira, or he leaves that place empty. So what is the lesson we are learning here today? Leverage on price reduction. It works like magic. Understand your market, what they need, and leverage on it. Okay, so let me give you an example. A friend of mine created a course at 10,000 naira. It's a social media course. By the way, we have that course on Tumihub, social media management and marketing. It's a very good course. I think you should get it. Everybody needs to be represented very well on social media. So he created the course for 10,000 naira, and he was finding it difficult to sell that course. And do you know what he did? He broke the course into 6 different courses. So before it was just one, social media management and marketing, but now he broke into 6 different courses. The same course, just divided into 6. He now make offer 1 to 5, offer 2. you had some other things like 5,000, offer 3. By the time he gets to offer 6, what he was selling for 10,000 before has increased to 15,000 naira. And guess what? He's selling more because he broke the offer into pieces like that. He's selling more. Number one, he has more courses he can easily pitch to people because he will try to understand their pain point and say, okay, this is exactly what you need. So get this one. You don't need to get the full course. Then when that person now realizes that he needs the full course, he will come back and buy the full course. So you need to understand how to leverage on price. You need to understand it's very important. So if you're having an offer, think of how to leverage on your price to make your sales work for you. Very short and it's very important point. Wow. Alright, so the next point now is, the bosses we have been talking about since morning are in Lagos, Nigeria specifically. The buses we have there are yellow. You see them yellow plated with black lines around it. So those buses are just small capacity buses. They can only take like 18 passengers or maximum like 20 something passengers. They can't take more people, just 18, maximum 20 something passengers. But you see there are some buses, they are red or blue. They are called BRT. They are long. They can take as many people as possible. Some of them are air condition fitted, some of them are not. They are just like all these yellow buses, but they have more capacity. They can contain, the other one can get like just 20 people or 18. This one can get up to like 50 or 70. Some even take more. It's extreme. They go extreme. Guess what? They have just one driver like the other small bus and maybe just 1 or 2 bus conductors. That's all, but with bigger capacity of bus. So they make more money and they are using the same workforce. Do you get the point I'm bringing out? You need one driver and one conductor for an 18 passenger bus. You also need one driver and just one conductor for a bigger bus. They go the same routes. The fuel consumption is not so far from each other. The same distance. Yet they are making different amount of money. When one is making 10,000 naira per trip, the other one is making like 100,000 naira per trip. That's 10 times. What's the lesson we are learning from this in the business world? That's the effect of automation and scaling. Automation and scaling. Don't play small. Don't stay playing small. You can start small, but don't stop there. Imagine if no one created an aeroplane. How are we going to be going to wherever we are going outside the country? How can we get the fastest means of transportation outside the country? Imagine if no one created an ATM card or an ATM machine. You know how many people will have in bank? You know how delayed things will be? Automation is extremely important. Automation helps you to scale easily. You need to automate. Imagine if you have to go to the library anytime you need to learn something new, even if it's just the meaning of a word. If you want to learn the meaning of a word, imagine if you have to go to the library. So I want to learn one new word, so they have to go to the library. I would rather not learn it. But look at what Google has done. Look at what smartphone has done. Look at what the internet has done. Automation and scaling, extremely important. We are in the global market today. Serving the world is easier. Think of automation. Think of scaling your business. Think of automation. I need to say that again. Think of scaling your business. Wow. So we'd like to go for a short break. ROM, result-oriented mentorship. No excuse, just results. Online courses, mentorship, and ebooks. This episode is sponsored by Result-Oriented Mentorship. Result-Oriented Mentorship is one of the sub-brand of Tumihub. It's the paid version of Tumihub where you get exclusive and premium packages like our mentorship program. You can join our online academy. We have online courses for you. We have resources that can help you to scale faster, to do better in life, especially in your career. And if you want to get a skill as a youth, if you want to be better in whatever you are doing, you need to join our academy. If you are interested or you want to check more about us, go to store.tumihub.com, store.tumihub.com, or check the show notes for that. Thank you, and please support us. Supporting us means that you encourage us to do more that we are doing. Thank you. So we have 3 more points to go in this episode. So the next point now is, let's go back to our yellow buses, those smaller ones. You see, one thing about those buses is that if you put one of these bus and a bicycle to do a race, it's funny how the bus will only lead the bicycle with just few distance. It's not fast, very sluggish, but then you'll be hearing noise. All you hear is noise and smoke. Very, very disgusting. The noise from the bus, it will be like it's a sport car, but rather it's not even close to a sport car. The noise and the smoke is so disgusting. Even with this sluggishness, those conductors will pack the boot of the car. It will be filled with loads. Sometimes even the door to the boot, you'll not be able to close it. You have to tie it with rope because it's so filled up. Well, that's not where I'm going. Yet, despite all this thing happening to the bus, if the driver finds another bus that is stuck on the road and needs to be towed, you know what he will do? He will tow the bus, the other one. They do that a lot. And they will not tow it the normal way by tying a towing chain or something. They won't use a towing chain. Rather, the bus, the one working will push the one not working from the back. Skin to skin. They start pushing the other one till it gets to maybe a petrol station, maybe the fuel is finished, or somewhere better. What are we learning from this? Competitors, not enemies. Competitors, not enemies. We are competitors, we are not enemies. We are competitors, we are not enemies. One thing I like about these drivers is that they help one another. If one of the drivers realize that there are government officials that are penalizing drivers and all these buses in the front, he will start telling others, watch you, use your seatbelt. We are just competitors. LD competition is the best kind of competition. LD one. The market is large. Your customers are there. You will make profit. I hear people say, I don't wish to empower others. This and that. That's my own source of income. If I do this, I wonder what our world is turning into today. You have to invest in human resources. Give priority to making your team better. It drives innovation and new set of thinking. When you make your team better, when you help others. Another thing, you have to collaborate. Learn how to collaborate with others in your field. That's LD competition. You know that you are competitors, but collaborating means that you are trying to meet one needs. Okay, let's say two people come together, the same field, to help others, organize a training, to train people on how to do better. It's not going to take anything from you. Rather, it's going to make you have that you are really adding value to the society. Imagine if Wizkid and Davido come together to have a song together, or they organize an event together to motivate the young ones. What will happen? Nothing. Imagine if Ronaldo or Messi come together to do the same, or they play in the same team. What will happen? Nothing. LD competition is what matters. LD competition. You are not enemies. You are just competitors. Please get that straight. Try to empower others. And that's why on Tumihub, we are even acknowledging 12 people. 12 of 12. And by June 12. 12 of 12. 12 people that have been empowering others. Wow. We have 2 more points to go. We've taken a lot of time today. Alright, so the next point that we're going to be talking about today is there are 2 ways to pick passengers as a bus driver and a conductor in Lagos. If I own a bus and I want to go into that transportation business, there are 2 ways I can go about it. Number 1, I can decide to stay in a particular bus stop and queue till it is my turn to get people to their destination. So when I queue, maybe after like 2 or 3 hours, it will get to my turn. Then I get people in until my bus is filled. When my bus is filled, I move and I drop people at their respective location. The second way is I don't even go there. I just go on my own to several bus stops to pick anyone available till I get to my last bus stop. Get to this particular bus stop, pick people, maybe just 3 or 5. Get to the next bus stop, pick 4 or 5. Then if somebody is dropping, somebody drop, somebody enter. That's how to go about it in the second way. So let's focus on this second way. What are we learning from this? Upselling, downselling, and cross-selling in business. Some people don't understand what this is about, so I'm going to explain. So what is upsell? Upsell is making your lead to buy more than what they want to buy. So upselling is giving your leads premium package. So for example, if somebody wants to buy, let's say I'm a real estate agent now, and somebody is saying I want land on the mainland, somewhere around somewhere that is not costly, just around 2 million, 5 million. That's what the person wants. That's the kind of thing he wants. Upselling is me saying, Wow, can I wow you? Can I wow you? Can I blow your mind? Okay, so this is the 2 million home that you want. But then there is this particular one. You now take the person to a particular place on Banana Island, on the island, with there's this particular place that is so serene. You can easily go, you can see the beach, it's very cold and everything, and the person says, wow, this is so beautiful. How much is this? Then you say this is like 50 million. That is upselling. Upselling. Initially the person wants 2 million. Now it's 50 million. That's extremely high though. I'm not saying you have to do that 50 million. So upselling is good in business. It happens actually. It works. Sometimes they get it, sometimes the person may not even get that 2 million. He say, okay, I don't want this to, because they have seen that 50 million on. You know, say, okay, can we get something around 10 million? At least I can still get 10 million. I may not be able to get this 50 million. Because of you try to upsell, you have increased the taste of the person. So upselling is extremely important. So what is cross-selling? Cross-selling is somebody is buying bread from you, and as a typical Nigerian, you want to eat bread. Is either you eat it with butter or beans. You understand? You know. So if you're selling bread, you can ask the person, "Will you get tea to eat?" I sell tea too. I sell butter. I sell beans. So because the person will need something to eat that bread, so you cross-sell to that person. The person wants bread, and now you are pushing another offer to buy beans or tea or whatever with the bread. That is cross-sell. So how do you cross-sell? Whatever you are offering, ask yourself, what else will the person need to effectively use this offer that I am having, and try and get those things for you to cross-sell. Now the next point is downsell. So what is downsell? Downsell is reduce the value of what you are trying to sell and sell at a lower price, or sell cheaper ones. So somebody who is asking about your offer, but you realize that the price is too high. So you can say, okay, if this is too high for you, I think the thing you need specifically is not the whole of this thing. You probably just need this and this, and that one, it costs this particular just small price. You don't need to get everything. You understand? That's downselling. You just want to make sure that the person gets exactly what they need. Some of you will say, they are spending too much, so you hold back. No. If you don't sell it to them now, they will get it somewhere else. If they not get it somewhere else, they will not maximize what you're selling to them. Imagine if somebody buy bread and he's just eating bread without butter. You know, they are not enjoying it to the maximum. Your cross-selling, your upselling is to make sure that they get the premium, the best. Number 3, you're helping them. That's it. You're helping them. If you are cross-selling to them, you are helping them. If you are upselling, you are helping them to get a better one. If you are downselling, you just want to make sure that they solve their problem. That's it. Another reason why you need to do all this is premium packages are richer and faster. If you give premium packages, it's richer and faster. You know what they're supposed to do in 10 days, you help them do it in 5 days because of your premium package. So upselling is not a bad thing. Give more people to get from your value. That's what another importance of downselling. At least you can help more people to get from what you are selling. It doesn't have to be that only those that can pay the premium amount that will get your value. Some other people can also get your value. We go to the last point for today. Are you getting value at all? If you are getting value, I want you to drop a comment, audio comment or text. Just drop a comment if you are really getting value from this podcast. So the last point today is, sometimes you wonder, why do conductors collect money immediately you enter inside the bus? They don't even allow you to sit and they're already asking for money. They are doing that because of 2 things. Number 1, so that when they collect the money, you don't get angry and get down anywhere and you not pay them. So they want to make sure they make you committed. Number 2, because their boss is not reliable. It can stop at any time. It can stop at any time. And when it stops, if it's not fuel, because most of the time it's fuel, they don't buy enough fuel. They don't buy enough. But if it's not fuel, you see the driver get down and they will try and repair it. I mean, it's not repairable. Guess what they will do? The conductor will ask all of you to get down, and you start finding bus to put you guys in. One thing I want us to learn there is that when you put you in a bus, it's not paying the right amount of money it's supposed to pay from that particular place, the bus stop, to where you are going. It pays less to the next bus conductor. And what are we learning here today? Affiliates. It's collecting affiliate fee. per head, affiliates per head. So imagine if the right price to pay to your destination is 200 naira and it's paying just 100 naira. It's getting at least 100 naira per head for 18 passenger. That's what 1,800 naira just being an affiliate. Affiliate marketing is not a bad thing. You are just connecting an offer to what? Those that needs it, and you get paid for it. You get paid commission. Your commission can be between 5% and as high as 60%. 5% and as high as what? 60%. That's a lot of money just connecting people to what they need. You are not doing anything in between. You are just selling. So there are several people that they are doing affiliate, but they don't know that's exactly what they are doing. Number one, realtors, real estate agents. Somebody is looking for an apartment, rental or buy. He wants to buy a building, and the person is like a real estate agent, has a lot of building. Just okay, we have this social buildings here and here and here. So which one will you get? And after the sales, the person get 10%, or let's say 5%. 10% of 2 million. That's 200,000 naira without doing much. Just what? Getting people to what they want. We have car marketers. Car marketers, somebody wants to sell car and somebody wants to buy, but you are the intermediary bringing the buyer to the seller and you're getting money from it. I particularly work as a content creator for a car marketing brand. I'm one of the partners. So you can do affiliation for products. You see Jumia in Nigeria, we have Gigi in Nigeria, they have affiliations. So products like somebody is selling something, just that thing that the person is selling is rich and a lot of people need it. Tell the person you would like to be an affiliate, and there are places you can do that. That's products. For services, we have people that do services like cleaning business, like all those rendering service to people, and they need customers. You can help them bring customers and get an affiliate fee. We can also do digital products. Digital products is what a lot of people do today as an affiliate. So somebody is selling an ebook. Somebody is selling a course, an online course or whatever, and an affiliate is helping the person bring customer. That's what an affiliate do in a business. All you need to know about affiliate marketing is you need to learn sales and marketing. That will be the end of today's episode. We have 9 more to go, and that will be in the 3rd episode. Have you learned anything at all? If you really learned anything, I want you to share this with your friends that has a business, or those that will particularly have a business in the future, or those that want to learn about sales and marketing. Everybody needs to learn all those things that we are learning from the Boss Conductor. And one thing about this particular podcast, because it is something you see every day. You enter Boss every day, so all this lesson, when you enter the Boss and you see all these things that I'm painting, the picture I'm painting, you will be able to understand some of these lessons, and you'll be able to use them on your day-to-day activity. So you can never forget all these lessons, because we have already associated it with something that you do every day. So you need to get more people to listen to this podcast. I want you to do that. 10 people, share, copy the link and share to 10 people, and drop a comment. If you drop comment, the algorithm of where you are listening from will show it to more people to listen. Thank you very much. This podcast is particularly sponsored by Tumihub. So visit tumihub.com today, click on the WhatsApp icon and share with us what you have learned, and connect with our community. We would like to have you in our community to learn more. There are more things you can learn from our community. Thank you. See you in the final episode from this particular lessons from a conductor. There are more lessons we are going to learn from the street using other examples. So you need to be on our WhatsApp to get more details about this. Thank you. See you in the next episode. Cheers. Big thanks. My name is Michael Omar. You can find me on Instagram as Michael Omar, MIKELOMAA, Michael Omar. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.